So again, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand, True Blue Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is one whatever here in Thailand. It's Saturday, around about midday, just 11:30, so, and here in Thailand, I don't know, I think about 11 o'clock, and it feels like midnight, because again, it's dark, but there is a big patch of blue sky in that direction. It's so lovely to see. See, far. That's how you say blue in Thailand. Far, sea colour, far, sky blue, light blue. Anyway, so yeah, so it's a patch of blue over there. Yes, because we've had another rainy day, and yeah, another rainy evening. It's not stopped raining. The river out there is absolutely full to the brim, and yeah, and it's leaking. And I've still got my cold. It's not a cold, is it? Where it's basically what's it called that. I don't have air conditioning here. I flat refuse to have it, etc. Because again, for instance, I want to acclimatise to my body to what's called to the country, to the temperature. And so anyway, but we do have fans, etc. So never so often I get a kind of blast of cold air, for instance, on my nose. From the fan, etc. But anyway, and I get this kind of oh, go away, woman. Anyway, so I get a blast of cold air on my nose, and yeah, so for instance, I've got a bit of a sniffle. Anyway, so it's game day tomorrow. No, it's actually game day today and tomorrow, because it's Manchester City against West Ham in the WSL, starting 12 o'clock, stupid time. And we've got Bournemouth tomorrow, for instance, since my previous preview of that game after listening to Pep Guardiola, and first part of his press conference, and we've got to listen to it tomorrow, a second part. But I'll do a quick chat tomorrow as well. I do one every single day. Right. So, but let's. So I hope you can see me. So, for instance, and I hope that this rainy season starts to come to an end. I'm missing the blue sky. I'm missing Steve. I'm missing the blue and the sun. Even though it's hot temperatures, I don't mind. I really don't. But yeah. So I'd rather have that than having sniffle. It disappears, you know. Again, I don't get a cold, I don't get illnesses at all. I haven't had an illness since I've been here, some 5 years. Anyway, so yeah, it's again. So it'd be just to say, big up to the ladies. They get a massive game against West Ham, moving up bottom of the table against West Ham today at 12 o'clock. Stupid, they just come back after the international break. Second the table, West Ham are bottom. I haven't had a point, but the last two games with Man City ladies, we played Liverpool, which should have beaten, and we did beat but there was a goal at the last minute to make it 2-2, but it was ruled offside, and a game what we should have won a lot, and then we got into the end. Then we had the League Cup in our group against Newcastle, League One, and we struggled to beat them there, and it was 3-3, 1-0, 3-1 City, and then should have gone on to win. Credit to Newcastle, they got it down to 3-3, and then it was end up penalties where Man City won on penalties. But then we just had the international break and come back, and hopefully we can start off at the Joie Stadium today at 12 o'clock. It's crazy time, and Chelsea playing the same time, thank God, and who are number one in the WSL. So yeah, but let's see what happens. So if you're going, enjoy the game, and I'll be watching it on my free channel. It's called W Sports. I don't know if you say it's Women's Sports, and I get it for free over here. And yeah, it's very part of my package, as it were. Yeah, so I'm delighted I can watch it at home. I think it's 12 o'clock. It's about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening here for me. Anyway, guys, so let's talk about Manchester City boys, the men. Anyway, so we're playing against Bournemouth. So and again, for instance, let's go through the sides. The sides expected. What's it called, Dave? I can just sort this out. So we got a predicted lineup. So but we're coming into the game. What's it called? their second, we're fifth, must I go, which is very unusual. So, but our current Premier League form is it's 1-4, drew 1, lost 1. The last is of course against Aston Villa. The drew 1, So what's it called? Whereas, and so we're coming into a decent form, and if it wasn't for Peps' poor team selection, and he's got to hold the L for that, not putting a CDM in, asking Reinders to be a CDM, I think was bang on wrong. Bournemouth, on the other hand, current Premier League form, considering they're second, 1-3, drew 3. So they haven't been. They're not great on the road either. So offensive, but according to, but they're second in the table. But they've drawn. They haven't lost, but they've drawn games. So it's going to be which is kind of a shock, really. And but again, give them credit, etc. They're half decent too. Possible starting lineups for Bournemouth, by the way: Petrovic, Jimenez, Takiti, Sensi, Chofil, Adams, Scott, Tavernier, Kleiber, Semenko, and Coupier. Right. So they're going to play kind of like a 4-5-1 or that kind of thing, etc. They have different ways. The guy, for instance, Semenko is one of the Kleiber taking here the guy. What's he called? Evan Nielsen, etc. But we don't know if he's been playing or not. So what's he called? But he's fit enough to play. But again, he's going to be another typical. But the Semenko, for instance, are playing very, very well at the moment. I got to give credit for Bournemouth and the manager, for instance. Again, they've lost players during the Premier League the transfer window, and they've come out and actually got one and replaced them with good, decent players, etc. And it's just wonderful when you see the teams like Brentford and Bournemouth and Brighton, etc., who continue losing players, getting the players on the cheap, selling players for amazing money, and then still not having it affect them whatsoever. So it's you've got to give them credit. Now. I'll come to the City lineup in a minute, but let's have a quick chat about the preview. So, when Haaland failed to fire this season, Man City failed to fire last weekend. The Scandinavian sensation drew a blank for just the second time in 2025-26 Premier League this season after a 2-0 loss against Aston Villa, and the Sky Blue Cincinnati had no answer to Aston Villa's mastery. Kind of like, come on. And again, for instance, it was. The Mayfair Alan Disco, unfortunately, was offside. But forget about that. But and again, this dig by the mainstream media talking about Manchester City out of the fact that, for instance, if Alan doesn't score, nobody does. And it was so lovely to see City and getting Reinders and Cherky and Doku on the score sheet. Not Reinders. Omar Doku and Cherky on the score sheet against Swansea midweek. Yeah, but it's only Swansea. But there you go. And but again, I'm going to go back to it. It's like the fact that last season, where we weren't playing well, etc. Haaland made himself. You've got the world's best striker. What are you going to do? You've got the ball. You've got a chance of goal, but you've got the world's best striker. So, for instance, what are you going to do? Again, for instance, City's getting raked over the coals of it. And yes, we need to score more from our other players, but again, if they do take a shot and miss it, then they should have said that the narrative will be like, why can't you pass to Haaland? And then if you do pass to Haaland and he misses it, well, you should have shot yourself and had a go. So we can't win, especially with the bloody media. Emery got one over Pep Guardiola. So Aston Villa's mastery? No, Aston Villa were good at defence. Simple as that. So, and Man City didn't do enough. Only started doing enough when we made the substitutes. And Nico Gonzalez, who's been excellent standing for Rodri, for instance, came on, etc., and started controlling the midfield. And then we started pressing Aston Villa. And I do believe, for instance, we would have broken them down. When Pep finally woke up and made the changes. And he would have brought on Mamouche earlier and Joie earlier, we could even definitely we've got to get a result of Aston Villa. Definitely doesn't deserve to lose. But give Villa their mastery should I say, according to the Sky, mastery, because again, for instance, they did defend very well, okay. But compared to last season, It was a massive improvement for City. Uma got one over Pal Guardiola in the West Midlands thanks to a solitary Matty Cash strike. And again, the way they were talking about the set piece coach about that game against Etihad, the fact that it was a wonderfully set piece, and it wasn't. It was a fluke. Basically, the guy just Matty Cash just knocked out a bunch of players, and nobody, regardless, we can talk about players coming out and players who have gone better. It was just a shot across goal and it went in the corner. And compared to how many chances Aston Villa had after that, is pretty minimal. So I'm sorry, that was no training ground win, or goal, etc. Even though the guy, for instance, with the beard got a pat on the back for it, which is rubbish. Anyway, Matty Cash whisking Man City to their third Premier League loss in the season already. It left them 6 points behind Arsenal on the top fleet standing. Oh my God. A 6 point deficit with 29 games remaining. Quite a few games left. It's the furthest thing since Intermir's table. But the Citizens' over-reliance on Haaland, who has scored 65% of their goals in the Premier League goal this season, could provide dangerous should the form of Borussia Dortmund phenomenon suffer any kind of moderate or severe injury in the future. Oh my God, what are we going to do with Arsenal if Haaland gets an injury? Oh my God. Oh jeez, that's unbelievable. The Sky Blues did not need Haaland to get better or Swansea City. Oh, what a shock. In the League Cup in the midweek, they were nevertheless handed a scare, did we? In the second tier foes, having come from behind to steal 3-1 success and a place in the quarterfinals. Yeah, the Swansea came out better, started better, nothing to lose, played their strongest squad, and they scored an excellent goal. Well done, Swansea. But again, City's class 10, and we scored. Without Haaland, woohoo! However, the hosts are on the fourth game winning run at the Etihad in all tournaments, scoring 12 goals and conceded just one in the process. Are we the top scorers in the Premier League or up there? And the last time they hosted as many as three of their first 9 Premier League games of the season, they went on to win the 2013-24 title. Woo! So there's a thing in there to look at. While the likes of City, Liverpool and Chelsea flounders on the rocks, smashed on the rocks. Bournemouth flourished, and the South Coast club can proudly claim to be Arsenal's closest challengers in the Premier League. Woohoo! After recording the record-breaking start to the 25th-26th campaign. 18 points from the 9 game represented Bournemouth's highest level total at this point in the top flight season. Yay! And it appears that according to listen to a lady, some clown on TalkSport, for instance, who does the morning show, it is Manchester City's worst start to a Premier League season in 5 years. Anyways, and we also saw another momentous success on the 26th of October. Indeed, the Cherries registered their 100th Premier League victory at the expense of Nottingham Forest, thanks to a controversial Matt Travana's corner, which may be wrongly awarded, and the 4th goal on the top 5 season by Ela Junior Krupe. No, it's not. Not Forest. Where are they at the moment? Let's have a look. The slaying of Sean Dyche's men, slay you. Made it 8 games unbeaten in the Premier League for the Bournemouth, with no other English top flight team betting a better run. Woohoo! I didn't Man City just go 10 games unbeaten. And so never mind. And 8 goals on the road, only fewer than Spurs 12 and Chelsea 11. However, the Etihad, the unhappy hunting ground for Bournemouth, who have been defeated in all 8 of their Premier League trips to Manchester City home ground, including 3-1 beating towards the end of the 24-25 campaign. Well, there you go. What's the goal? So Manchester City might have a chance, a teeny little chance. And neither Haaland nor the 2024 Ballon d'Or winner Rodri were involved in City's win over Swansea, but we somehow managed to win. The former suffered a painful collision with the post at Villa Park, but the pair have been pictured in full training and seems be on course as available. Yes, there. You know, and I saw it. You know, he was walking around like Turkey was walking around. He had a bit of cramp, but the media, oh my God, Turkey's injured, Haaland's injured, Rodri. You know, unbelievable. As a result, Guardiola might be blessed with a fully fit squad. Well, hey, no, I don't, because I think Kuzinov has gone down. So what do you know, media? Nada. On the visit to Bournemouth, against whom Haaland has wrongly have some wrongs to right. The average, just one goal in every 439 minutes against the Cherries in the Premier League. His second worst ratio with a single opponent after Newcastle, one in every 447 minutes. Oh, he can't score against them. What's he going to do? As Bournemouth availabilities, I really finally welcome back Una Henry Inez Unral back to the matchday squad with open arms after the Turkish striker made her first appearance in 9 months after a devastating ACL. Well done. Ura's return means that fellow forward Ivan Nelson is the only slight concern for the visitors. The Brazilian has trained following a calf issue and will make the trip, but Krupia has done more than just earn a start at the Etihad. Still not just 19, Krupia had found the back of the net in his last three Premier League games and could become the fourth teenager to score in four in a four in a row in the competitions after Robbie Fowler, Nicholas Anelka and Stephen Francis Jeffers. I love the way they get these stats. This is unbelievable. So this website, again, I like to be balanced. That's the reason why I just don't read from the Man City website or listen to whatever. I like to be balanced. That's the reason why I'm reading from a website, for instance, what's it called, the Sports Mole, listen to see what they have to say. Trying to be balanced. But so they're saying with Bournemouth, going this fantastic unbeaten run, the points behind there, Haaland can't score. Well, their prediction is Manchester City 3, Bournemouth 2. City are just just three teams in the top flight who have scored more goals than Bournemouth. Right, okay. So I thought Bournemouth were top. Those 11 goals conceded also make them the worst defensive team of the top 5. So the Etihad extravaganza ought to be on the cards. Yes, let's get that dig in there. The Cherries have tried and failed to lift the Etihad curse time again throughout with Cities enjoying the winning feeling in front of their own Guardiola's men have vote of triumph and rise above the plucky visitors in the table. Yeah, so there you go. So Ben Campton, so thank you very much for your bias crap, etc. But there you go. So what's going on? With gritted teeth, he says Man City will win, but we'll concede because we have our worst defence. So there. Well, thank you, Ben. What's the goal for all that crap? But anyway, but never mind. Okay, so expected starting lineups. What's it go down? I think it's going to be interesting because I think Donnarumma will definitely play. Stones. No, I'm not so sure about that. I'm going to go Nunes, Diaz, Guardiola, and then I'm going to go for O'Reilly, the back. I'm not going for what he says. Gonzalez midfield definitely. He's got Reinders, Silva, Foden, Savinho, and Haaland. Haaland definitely. Foden definitely. Savinho and Doku more than likely because it's Pep. Reinders, yeah. Silva probably not. Maybe not. Again, he's got options. Would Ryan Cherki play? If he doesn't play, must have got Man City. They're actually going to spit feathers. They really are going to spit feathers out. Me personally, I think he's got to start Ryan Cherki. But we'll see whether it's going to be Ryan Cherki or Bernardo Silva. So yeah, it's getting dark about the second. That blue sky's not coming over. I hope you can see me. Hello. Anyway, yeah. Let's have a look at what Man City is saying. Yes, Rodri is in return. Also, Rodri could feature as well, so he could be on the bench. By the way, so let's have a quick look. Yeah, so we're going to wait for Peps Peps Part 2 press conference to see what's happening. By the way, I just want to congratulate EDS. They won last night. They won 4-0 over Leicester. I think they've also won 7-1 over Newcastle just a few days ago. Yeah, so so I've got a bit of an itch. Yeah, so the voting for the Premier League Player of the Month, Haaland, Nico G and Nunes. Again, Nunes deserves a shout. I've got to go for Nico G for me. What's it called for that? And I'm going to go for Imabini for the ladies. But overall, I'm quite optimistic about the game. For instance, unlike him, yes, I can see the fact that they've got an half decent squad. Yes, they've got a poor record at the Etihad, but I'm actually still going to say Man City will win, and I still feel like we're going to win. I'm going to say 3-1. I got more confidence. One for the respectful Bournemouth. But the fact is, I do believe, for instance, we've got enough to win the games. And again, with the return of the likes of Omouche and Joie, I think it will give it a bit more dimension and also give more options in front of goal. Foden as well, returning. Again, those people, for instance, who wrote those things about Phil Foden need to be crucified. But other than that, for instance, I'm quite confident about the game and about so looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to the ladies today against West Ham, tomorrow City against Bournemouth, and the games in between. So, Lutar from Thailand. Sorry, Cap. I'll speak to you tomorrow.